At least 2 Chinese nuclear attack submarines are secretly stalking a British carrier, HMS Queen Elizabeth, while sailing to the Pacific. However, they were detected by anti-submarine sonar operators aboard the frigate protecting the HMS Queen Elizabeth carrier combat group. 2 7,000-ton Shang-class submarines, armed with cruise missiles, were discovered by specialists in the operations room of the frigates HMS Kent and HMS Richmond, as the CSG left the South China Sea and moved to the Pacific Ocean. The British Royal Navy had estimated activity from Chinese intelligence-gathering submarines and spy vessels, and the carrier was followed for a short time before being detected by sonar radar. Operators on the frigate, working together in a sweeping pattern, detected a ping, the Navy's term for finding subsurface contact, within 6 hours of leaving the South China Sea, a region over which Beijing has insisted on almost complete sovereignty, after it built several artificial islands. China is developing its submarines rapidly, and we shouldn't underestimate them, but they lack the combat experience developed by US and British submarine squadrons as a result of Cold War operations in the deep dark spaces of the Atlantic, a Navy England source said. Beijing using technology to find our position, but the deployed submarines to strengthen their broader intention to move towards a superpower status and dominate trade and security throughout the Pacific contrary to international law, said the military source was quoted as saying express.co.uk, Monday. Beijing operates 6 new second-generation submarines, officially known as the Type 093 class, which entered service in 2006. Having a crew of 85, they can stay at sea for 80 days with the ability to deliver supersonic ship-killing missiles. A Royal Navy Astute-class submarine is known to have identified a third Shang ship, while patrolling ahead of the task force in what the submarine crew calls a silent running process, in which no sound is made by the crew, and allows the operator to find the bottom contact. Any surface. Operators can identify most warships and submarines by the sound produced by their propellers, a characteristic unique to each submarine, referred to in the submarine's digital library of sounds. China currently has 66 submarines, more than the US Navy and British Royal Navy, which it uses to project military power to influence nations in the Pacific, where President Xi Jinping has said his country will dominate trade and reunite the island of Taiwan with China mainland. A US Navy source also said that Chinese ships have been trying to overshadow American ships and are increasingly active in the Pacific. In 2015, the aircraft carrier USS Ronald Reagan was trailed by a Chinese submarine, and in 2009 a Chinese Song-class submarine appeared within 5 miles of the carrier USS Kitty Hawk, apparently undetected. On Saturday night, HMS Queen Elizabeth and her escort ship docked at Apra Harbor, the U.S. Navy base in Guam. Plans for visits to South Korea and Japan were cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. HMS Richmond and Kent are on their way to the Japanese island of Kyushu, where they will dock at the U.S. Navy base Sasebo. Former Rear Admiral Chris Parry, who during the Falklands War was involved in the only sinking of an enemy submarine since World War II, said, "We are always worried about submarines, although we are more worried about Russian ships, because they are more advanced and quieter."